Alright, so I have this weird strategy I adopted about a year ago that's really helped skyrocket my motivation, and I thought it was finally time to share with you guys. Regardless of whether you're trying to start an Amazon business, maybe you're trying to quit your day job, or maybe you just want to become a better parent or spouse, if you do this, it'll help you achieve that goal, but it's not for the faint of heart. If you don't already have an intrinsic drive to reach this goal, this strategy is likely just going to depress you rather than fuel the fire. What's going on? My name is Matthew Osborne. If you're new here, this channel is pretty straightforward. I try to talk about things that interest me in such a way that you guys can find entertaining and helpful. I get one life, and my goal is to use every single opportunity, talent, and time that I've been given on this earth to the best of my ability. If that's something that you want to do with your life as well, be sure to click that subscribe button below so we can continue on this journey together. Today, I want to talk about a strategy I've been using for about a year now, or actually I found out about it about a year ago, that's really helped skyrocket my motivation. Now this strategy comes from one of my favorite authors and thinkers, Jordan B. Peterson. Okay, he wrote a book called 12 Rules for Life that you should definitely read if you have not read it already. It's not what I'd technically call a easy weekend read, but it is, however, an amazing book on principles to live a better life you can be proud of and that can help those around you. So be sure to check that book out if you have not yet. So Jordan Peterson came out with a mini course of sorts about a year ago called Self-Authoring. Naturally, since I'm a big fan and love the topic of self-improvement, since I know I desperately need it so badly, I purchased it and I dove right into the course. Okay, the first part of this program is pretty similar to stuff that I've done in the past. Simply like write out things that are important to me, write out the negative things I'd like to change, and then also I had to write out where I saw myself in like a year and what my ideal life would look like 5 years out, etc. Things that I'd done in the past. Then it asked me to do something that I had never done before. It said, now write out what your life would look like 5 years from now if your bad habits are not put in check, and they take their current course, keep growing, and then become out of control. Okay, this was different because it forced me to look at everything not so rosy and perfect, but to actually take a step back and see how negative some of these things that I allow in my life currently could become if I don't take action to change them. For example, I wrote down that one of the things I wanted to change was to begin taking the biggest challenge on at the start of the day, okay? I had this bad habit of starting out the day with the easiest tasks, completing them, and then feeling accomplished, doing something for fun, and before I knew it, the day would get away from me and the big task that I really needed to accomplish that day was not completed. Seemed like a simple problem, but then I had to write down what my life would look like 5 years from now if I didn't fix this and it grew. And suddenly it goes from not completing a main task in a day to not completing it in a week or not completing it in a month. Meanwhile, all these tasks build up on the back end that can't be completed until this first task is. And then it becomes overwhelming to even think about because it starts building and building, and the amount of work that is piled up is soon so stressful that even the small tasks that I normally do consistently start falling through the cracks. I don't want to start the day now because I know what's waiting for me. All these tasks have piled up that I don't want to do any longer. This makes me miss my morning workout. When I finally get up, I'm not only demoralized because I missed a workout and I slept in, but now I'm feeling rushed and behind and the day has barely begun. Then I kept writing all of this out, how this problem might progress and build, and I started to see real quickly how they can compound on each other, and by 5 years down the road, I see it could be in a completely different spot than I want to be. And that one little bad habit of avoiding the most difficult task at the beginning of the day could have devastating effects on my life if not put in check. Okay, compound that image further by putting all the other bad habits I know I have on top of that, and the picture gets even grimmer. Now this process might seem depressing to you as it did to me, but the reality is it should be depressing. What can happen to your life if you don't take control of it and become the person you know you're capable of becoming should depress you. That's a good thing. It should force you to think twice about letting the little things start to slip in your life because of how fully aware you are now of how letting one little thing go can affect your entire life. I personally try to do this exercise once every 3 months or so, and I found that this, combined with the vision for becoming the ideal person I want to be, is extremely motivating. Something I found was that having a 5-year vision of what I'd like my life to look like gave me a false sense of security that made me think that I kind of already achieved that, I was already done. It made me happy for the moment, but in reality it should motivate me, but it should also make me completely aware that if I want that vision for my life to become a reality, it's going to have to take work, and I can't just sit back. The effects of sitting back and not doing anything can be devastating. So I encourage you guys to try this. You don't have to buy a mini course to do this. You can simply write out your ideal self in 5 years and then write out what it would look like if your current bad habits were not put in check and they continue to grow, and what effects that might have on your life. If you do, however, want to go through the whole thing, I highly recommend the self-authoring course. It's like $29, I think, right now, and I've linked to it below. This is not an affiliate link. I'm in no way affiliated with this program at all. It's simply a resource that has helped me, and I hope it can help do the same for you. I'll see you guys next time.